me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to LIB TV Future TV Monday edition. This is your humble host here, Michael Padmore. Welcome everybody from Radio Land. Welcome everybody from social media. So glad you could join us today. Tuzo, how are you doing there in Monrovia?
I'm good. We are all good.
Awesome. All right, please, if you're listening to us from social media, please share the show. And if you're listening to us by radio, please go ahead, pull somebody closer, turn your volume dial up, and let's have a great show. As usual, we're going to start with our dear sister Lavetta, and she's going to bring us up to date on everything that's been happening in our 43,000 square miles. Lavetta, how are you doing? And you can take it away.
To all of our viewers, all of our listeners in Radio Land, welcome to LIB Future, today's trending news update. Cummins demands international probe into 19.2 million cocaine bust, says public loses confidence in government investigation. The Alternative National Congress ANC political leader Alexander Cummins has called for an independent international investigation into the June 8th seizure of cocaine valued at approximately 19.2 million United States dollars at Roberts International Airport, stating that the Unity Party government has failed to conduct a transparent and credible inquiry into one of Liberia's largest drug trafficking case. Speaking at a major press conference in Congo Town Monday, Cummins described the government's handling of the investigation as secretive, slow, and seemingly compromised, warning that the case poses a serious threat to Liberia's national security, democratic institutions, and international reputation. Cummins declared that it has been over a month since the interception of 198 compressed plates of high-grade cocaine at Roberts International Airport. The government promised the Liberian people a swift, transparent, uncompromising, and independent investigation, yet all what we have seen is quite the opposite, Cummins added. The ANC political leader accused the government of failing to provide answers to key questions surrounding the drug seizure, including how it entered Liberia, where they originated, and who facilitated their movement through the country. According to Cummins, the public remains unconvinced that authorities are pursuing the individuals responsible for orchestrating the trafficking operation. He questioned how suspects connected to such high-profile investigation could evade authorities, suggesting that the development raises concerns about possible collusion involving state security personnel and influential figures. CMC political leader Musa Belete urges President Boubacar to move beyond mere rhetoric and take decisive action to address the 19 million drugs case, which he characterized as a persistent national issue. Speaking on a local radio station, Belete emphasized that the situation transcends political considerations and called on the president to demonstrate his leadership visibly, allowing Liberians to perceive his commitment to resolving the matter. He further challenges the police assumption of complete control over the situation, emphasizing that the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency possesses the statutory responsibility in such matters. Belete also questioned the involvement of the police IG Gregory Common, proposing that the Solicitor General and the Minister of Justice should have overseen the process, while expressing concerns regarding the ambiguity surrounding their respective roles. Belete emphasized that only the one individual who had been arrested had not previously been in the country at the time of the seizure, and he later voluntarily surrendered upon returning. Representative Belete criticized the situation, asserting that it is unjust for the individual in custody to be the same person who surrendered voluntarily. Marketers at Lofafield Market in Red Light are appealing to the government to urgently rehabilitate the market access roads, saying the deteriorating conditions during the rainy season are crippling their businesses. Speaking to a local media outlet Monday, the marketers said persistent rainfall has left the roads nearly impassable, making it difficult for customers to reach the market. They said the poor road conditions have drastically reduced customer turnout and daily sales, leaving many to return home with little or no income, something they said leave them going home with little or nothing. The chairman of the ruling Unity Party threatens non-performing and senior government officials of taking away their jobs if they fail to perform. According to Reverend Luther Tape, there are some members in the government who are not performing well, warning that a list will be compiled and submitted to the office of the president. He maintained that he wants to see some ministers and directors replaced with immediate effect, adding that this will bring change in the nation. Chairman Tapia noted that he cannot allow non-performing members of the government to be the weak link in service delivery to the people of Liberia, stressing that as the Unity Party marches towards the end of the first half of its administration, President must reshuffle the cabinet. Commenting on the 19.2 million cocaine investigation, Chairman Tapia called on the Joint National Security Agency to expedite the investigative process. The Lutheran Church in Liberia discloses that it is working with governing churches and the Board of Trustees to reopen Phoebe Hospital and School of Nursing after the institution shut down on July 7 following a go-slow action by employees. The disclosure was made during an Executive Council emergency meeting on July 10 aimed at addressing the crisis and seeking engagement with health authorities on resolving the situation. The church announced that Phoebe Hospital's medical director and chief executive officer, Dr. Riggs, has agreed to take a 1-month leave of absence to allow a review of reports from several oversight bodies. Church leaders expressed concern over the transfer of critically ill patients to CB Dompa Hospital and the reassignment of medical personnel without consultation with the governing churches. For nearly 3 months now, the iCare Health and Medical Clinic in Yasuna Town, District Number 8, Nema County, has remained closed following a suspension order from the Nema County Health Team, over alleged failure to meet Ministry of Health operational standards. The privately owned facility belonging to Ambassador Roosevelt S. Down was reportedly shut down after a health inspection identified several concerns, including the lack of a functional medical waste missing was stars in the delivery room and inadequate bathroom facilities. Ambassador Dan acknowledged the concerns raised by health authorities but said the issues have since been addressed, while at the same time calling on the Nima County Health Team to conduct a final assessment and approve the reopening of the clinic. The prolonged closure has affected healthcare access for residents of Yasuna and nearby communities who relied on the facility for basic medical services, including maternal and child health care. And residents of Nizo community are calling on the government to implement a permanent solution to recurring flooding following the National Disaster Management Agency warning of heavy rainfall. According to Tatos M. Soye, community chairperson, the flooding continues to damage homes and disrupt daily life despite assistance from the Liberia National Red Cross Society and the Peaceville City Corporation, which provided tools for community drainage cleaning exercises. Sunye attributed the persistent flooding to inadequate drainage infrastructure, noting that repeated community cleanup efforts have failed to provide a lasting remedy. A patient Kimon, a resident, also appealed to the government to intervene, while the youth leader stated that the flooding has disrupted school activities and criticized what he described as a lack of response from the representative Sumo Moba. The residents are urging the government and relevant authorities to move beyond temporary measures and invest in permanent drainage infrastructure to protect lives, homes, and property from future flooding. That was the latest new update from Liberia. My name is Lovecta Davis. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Lavera, for that beautiful, beautiful presentation. We appreciate you. You have a great, safe night. And all right, people. So once again, welcome to the Monday edition of LIB Future TV. We got some great things to discuss today. So please stay tuned and let us get started. All right. First of all, on the things that happened today, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, had a press conference today where he talked about the current status of the drug issue in the country and what he felt was not being done, and what he hoped the government would do to help the process along. So we did hear that from him, and it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. When we talk about this drug business, I like to go back because I remember growing up in Liberia before the war. We all had these issues. There was drug in the world. The great United States was going through a drug epidemic in the 1980s. They had declared war on drugs. Ronald Reagan and his wife, I remember Nancy Reagan and her Just Say No campaign, that was on drugs. George Bush the first, war on drugs. Bill Clinton, war on drugs. We not faced that problem. I mean, you will always hear about marijuana, weed. Oh, the question is so person with weed. Oh, the other young boy, he turned crazy. Oh, maybe that weed used to be drinking, that weed used to be smoking. Oh, that grass, we talk about that grass he was smoking. Maybe that way he turned crazy. Just the fear of turning crazy alone was enough to scare young boy from smoking that thing. And then the war came. And when the war came, drug became a little bit more, I guess I would say, people became a lot more promiscuous with drugs. A lot of fighters were seen using what librarians like to refer to as D10, diazepam, 10 milligram. That's where that D10 comes from. It's diazepam, 10 milligram. It's not even a hallucinogen. It's more of an anti-anxiety medication. So it makes you feel sleepy. And then as your body fights to stay awake, it puts you in that drowsy state. But we saw a lot of that from fighters, rebels, using that, to carry on their atrocities, and I guess to make them brave when they were fighting. But even after that, even after the war, when it subsided, whether it was 1991, and it picked up again in 1993, 92 octopus, and it subsided in 1993. When it picked up again in 1996, April 6th, and it subsided again, and we had elections. We went to elections. We elected Chad Taylor. There wasn't no epidemic. Now all of a sudden, we start seeing an epidemic, and the kids that we see in the drugs right now are not kids that fought the war. So let's do the math, right? If you fought the war, 1990 war, if you fought, that was 36 years ago. So even if you were a child soldier, let's say you were 10-year-old, 1990, you were 10-year-old. Right now, you're 45, I'm going 46. So you're not child anymore, right? You're in your 40s. If you fought the war, the last war, World War III, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, if you fought that war, okay, that was 23 years ago. If you were 10 years old at the time, 15-year-old fighting that war, okay, right now, check it. You're in your 30s, going to your 40s. The people we see right now in the street are young people in their 20s. They were barely born when that war was fighting. So let's not make the mistake of attributing all of this to all the former fighters. No. Some of them children are even born. They're using drugs today. And I personally know of a 21-year-old that is struggling. And his mom reaches out to me for me to talk to him, for me to try and console him. And he's 21. That tells me that 2001, 2002, 2003, you're not born. You're not born. You're born 2005. And you're already president. So what is this? We have to ask ourselves, where are we headed? What do we really, really want from ourselves, from our country? What do we really, really want? And as soon as we can answer that question for ourselves, we will know how to get there. So if this drug problem and the Zogos we are seeing today in their 20s were better alive when fought the last war, then what is causing this? Is it the lack of advancement? I remember as a young kid in Liberia, when school would close at the end of the year, when school would close, my mother would make sure that either I went to what we used to call vacation school, summer school, or she found kind of small late vacation job for me to be doing. But I never got to sit home the entire vacation and just not do anything. Just wake up in the morning, equal rare, walk about whole day, come in the evening, and draw chair. That was never my life. And she will always say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And what we see in Liberia today, we see a lot of young people graduate from high school, no job opportunities. Go to college, struggle, get through college, graduate from college, no job opportunity. They ride keke, they ride a bike when they can, if they're able to put that money together. The last time I was in Liberia, I drove by this keke place, and I saw all these used keke in park. And so I stopped and I asked, I said, what's going on? Are they broken down? Because I wanted to know, because my first intuition was that maybe they were importing substandard, kekes. The guy said, no, boss man, no. He said, you see the keke in here? Oh, the keke is here. He said, people key, they pay small money and it's time for work and pay. But because of whatsoever, they stopped paying. And so we had to go and retrieve the keke. So like keke then we retrieve so. I said, the keke. He said, the keke is here. So we retrieve keke. Then I said, but what y'all doing here? He said, we're trying to resell it for a reduced price. Then I said, but have you guys ever looked into why the people not paying? I said, you guys, they said, no, we're not into it, chief. Our own business that to collect the keke and bring it. On collect the keke and bring it. The keke owner, the male who can import the keke, you can get a small thing for collecting it for a retrieval fee. That's what on job that we're doing. We get out the people and why they're not paying, or that want to leave with the other people. But it made me think, because if that keke is what is supporting you and your family, you will not play with it. So what is the main reason? But just imagine you graduating from high school, graduating from college, you riding bike, you riding keke, then for whatever reason, they take the keke from you. You are left with no options at that point. You are a college graduate. You're left with no options. And life is just beating you down. And the government that you voted for, the government that you campaigned for, the government that promised you things will be different, that they were the responsible people, and that everything will be done to lift you out of poverty. 3 years in, you stay in the same spot. 3 years in, you're still struggling the same way. Then you have to ask yourself, what exactly is going on? What exactly is going on? Why are things going the way they are going? And what is left? There are people now who are in college, getting ready to graduate, and they have no prospect. The people that graduated last year. They put a graduated in April. They found work here. You are coming graduate in December. You think that job waiting for you? You think that job waiting for you? So we need to be real with ourselves. If indeed there is an epidemic going on, if we believe that we need change, if we believe that change is needed, then first of all, we have to be honest with ourselves. And to be honest with all of you listening to me today, you can bring the last LDA boss. Jesus said can come from heaven and be a DEA boss until you improve the economic situation in the country for young people, until you give young people the outlet to be productive. We are fighting a losing battle. We are fighting a losing battle. We are fighting a losing battle. People cannot feel destitute and then you expect them to make good decisions. I often quote the American Declaration of Independence, and I often quote, a lot of things, of course, that the Americans have instituted. And one of my favorite quotes from Thomas Jefferson is, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed with certain inalienable rights, amongst which are the rights to life, liberty, but my most favorite one is the pursuit of happiness." You see, when you listen to that, it doesn't promise you happiness. It doesn't say life, liberty, and happiness. It is very careful. It says it guarantees you life. It protects your life. It guarantees you liberty. It protects your freedom. But when it comes to happiness, the only thing it guarantees is that you will have the opportunity to pursue it, to run behind it. Let's call it short. That you will have the opportunity to wake up every single day and run behind your own happiness. And that is the guarantee of the US. And that should be the guarantee of Liberia and the Liberian government, that its citizens, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and running behind your own happiness every single day. Now, let me ask you a question. If you don't have good education, can you run behind happiness? No. If you don't have good health, if you're not in good health, can you run behind happiness? No. You not see sick person running before? If the government does not provide the atmosphere for economic viability, can you run behind your happiness? No. If there are no drugs on the shelf and JFK is dilapidated, and you go there and you're sick, you cannot get well, can you run behind your own happiness? If you wake up and go to school and no teacher in the school, no teacher in the classroom, no chalk, the blackboard spot, nowhere to sit down, and because of that, you can't learn. Your learning is interrupted. Can you chase your happiness? No, you cannot. In order to chase your happiness, you must be prepared. You must be educated. You must be healthy. You must have opportunities. And those things will allow you to chase your happiness. When those things are not available, how can you chase your happiness? When those things are not available, it's leading to frustration. Out of frustration, our young people are choosing drugs. And because of that, we have a drug problem. To add to that, now our country appears to be a hub, a major drug hub between South America and Europe. So we are going now, they say from west to Ridikini. That's where we're going now. Why? And then when our government finally catches a break and happens upon $19 million worth of cocaine, they start doing secreting. All I hear that morning when they went to Bucky Raw, all I saw it, they put it on social media. They went to Bucky Raw gate. They refused to leave. As a matter of fact, they stood to that gate until they brought a warrant, the search warrant from the court. They refused to leave. They were there for hours. They were taping it. From there, the small little marijuana they found, they tell them, they put them in the back of the pickup, they start filming him, they came to the station, they put him in here. People who use, abuse, sell drugs should be arrested. Nobody have problem with it. The one people get problem with is that when you catch the $19 million one, then you start talking about, oh, we can't arrest anybody right now. Oh, we can't release any name right now. Would jeopardize the case. So when you were filming, when you went live and were filming Bucky Road, that one you jeopardize case. The woman from Raleigh that you caught, that one you jeopardize case. The lady that you naked, that one you jeopardize case. That they won't jeopardize case. So now people gotta be out there pushing our security force to do the right thing. Should we have to do that? Isn't that their job? Isn't that what they should be doing? I was one of those who supported the protests. I was one of those who supported the protests. I was so excited for the protests. I was so excited that finally Liberian people were getting up, standing up. And now where are we? But like I started, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress today had a press conference. And before I go any further, I want for us to listen to it again. Okay, for those of you who missed it, please listen carefully and let's listen to it. It's not long, it's about 10 minutes, not long. So let's listen to Mr. Alexander Cummings, his comments, and then we'll discuss it. And then after discussing it, at the top of the hour, we'll open up the phone line. Okay, so stay tuned, stay by your radios, make sure you have your phone, make sure it's charged, and we'll listen to Mr. Alexander Cummings, and then we will break down a few things, and then at the top of the hour, at 8 o'clock, we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines. Okay, so here we go.
The United Party-led government promised to investigate and charge all of those involved, including the big hands in government. Yet, even the small petty stories have only focused on the low-level hangers. But how does such a huge volume of cocaine enter any country and transit through without the knowledge and authority of people who have significant power? That is the million-dollar question the public and all of us are asking. Even more alarming is the revelation before the Liberian Senate that Michael Brown, otherwise known as U.S. Marshal, a central figure in this case, previously jailed for drug trafficking, a non-bailable offense, has mysteriously slipped out of prison and vanished without a trace. The government claims 5 suspects have been charged, yet admits it does not know the whereabouts of nearly all of them. The only suspect presented to court weeks after it was clear the drugs were at his home and his workplace is the one who voluntarily surrendered. This raises disturbing questions about collusion between state security personnel and the big hands within or close to the corridors of power. This, my people, is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Fellow Liberians, let us remind this government that drug trafficking is not just a crime. It is a direct threat to our national security, the integrity of our institutions, and the future of our children. It is a threat for our safety, our ability to travel, send food and goods in and out of our country. It is damaging to so many of our youth, and it hurts families and our nation. Around the world, drug cartels have destabilized nations, corrupted officials, fueled violence, and crippled economies. We must never allow our country to walk that dangerous path. Already, drug abuse is destroying our youth and communities. The Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, LIB, has confirmed that ghettos exist in nearly every neighborhood in and around Monrovia. Over 866 in total, serving as hubs for chronic drugs use and crime. Our children are sleeping in cemeteries. Families across Liberia are suffering. The epidemic has spread to rural areas as well, leaving no community untouched and no family without pain. The pain is real. The matter is no joke, and we are not going to allow a small group of people to play with us here. We're not going to allow that. On January 29, 2024, in his annual message, President Boyka assured us that the fight against drugs was a national emergency. Yet, after nearly 2 years, the drug problem is increasing. We must therefore hold this rescue government accountable. If we fail to act decisively, in addition to destroying our young people, we risk eroding investor confidence and damaging Liberia's reputation among allies at a time when we desperately need their trust, their investment, and cooperation to grow our economy and create job opportunities for our people. This is why we need an independent investigation. The LDA parades and photographs small offenders, even publicly forcing females naked from their homes, while they slowly and secretly proceed in this large cocaine bust.
So, people, there you have it. The audio is not as clear as I want it to be, but that was a piece of Mr. Cummings' statement today. It is on Facebook. It's also on our page. You can watch it from there as well. And if we are able to get a clearer version before the show is over, we'll definitely get it to you. But he talked about several things, and I really wanted to discuss that before we open the lines. The first thing is, there's a particular name that has been brought up over and over and over. It just seems to just keep coming up continuously. And it was of a gentleman named Michael Brown. And apparently they call him U.S. Marshal or something like that. And according to reports, this man was arrested in Kakata. And while under arrest, he was set free. He was put on bail. He was given bail. Now let's just stop right there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Me, I'm not the smartest, the sharpest caller on the farm. But at least the small one I know. There are 3 crimes in the country that are non-bailable. One is murder. The other one is rape. And last is drugs. Those 3 are non-bailable. Murder, rape, and drugs. I remember when Senator Darrell Dillon's brother was accused of murder and was jailed. And he remained in jail. He went to court. He was found not guilty. And before he was set free. I remember when Honorable Musa Hassan Belete's son was caught up in this drug thing. Remember what I told you? I said, there's not a single Liberian who has not been touched one way or the other. Either you know the person, you're related to the person, or you know somebody that knows somebody. And Honorable Belete's son was caught up in the drug thing. His case was delayed for a long period of time. So he was able to secure his son's release. And under certain provisions that he reports once a week to the court, that he not use drugs, and that, he not been seen in certain environment. Everything was listed. And even though he was following all of those things to the letter, because the law says it is non-bailable, he was reprimanded back to South Beach, Memorial Central Prison. This honorability son. But when it comes to Michael U.S. Marshall Brown, the laws do not apply to him. And we all know that bureau. But who is Michael Brown? That he'll just walk out of jail. Somebody, somewhere, had to say, you're free, that man. We all know. The officer dealing with United Party. For those of you who can remember B-Ball 1, B-Ball 2. This is how they operate. So now all of a sudden, Michael Brown coming in as U.S. Marshal is what we like to term to as in the wind. That means he has vanished. The spirit, the breeze. Nobody know what he is. Nobody know how to find him. So who do we have now that we are arresting? We are arresting the pimping rider then. We are arresting the security then. But the actual drug pin, the people that actually own the drugs, the people that actually the mastermind behind this, we can't find one. We found one guy who said that, you know, his company was used to ship the drugs. He had nothing to hide, so he was going to come and turn himself in. That he didn't want an operating on. All the other people that were listed, we can't find it. So apparently, it looks like we have a clip here of today's press conference. Let's go ahead and try this one, and let's see how it plays. Okay, let's try this one.
It is affecting your future, and that's why we care so much about it.
We'll see it. Let's take a second here. We'll see it. Okay. So this one, I believe Ms. Alexander Kumi is speaking. I was hopefully Mr. Producer, I'm looking for the press conference today. And I'm not sure if that's the one there where he gave at the headquarters of the Alternative National Congress. If we find that, audience will definitely bring that to you. It's important that you listen to it. It's important that our leaders today start to speak positively, you know, and start to give recommendations and ideas to our government, because apparently they are out of it. But when you see the big man for the drugs just disappear like that in police custody, he just disappear. You have to ask yourself, is there something going on? Because all here, my man, all here, we know how it can be when the police hold somebody to move in and smarting. You got to take somebody from way up. So who was the person that said release the man? Before anybody release you, somebody got to sign a release form. Who signed a release form? Was it a police officer? Was it a judge? Was it a magistrate? Who signed the release form for Michael Brown to lead you? And if there was no release form signed, then who instructed it? Then under whose instruction was he released? The man of spirit, you can't just get in water, G. So who? That one was that thinking, is this collusion? Are there big hands behind this thing that we don't know about? And we start to worry. Because if the people we depend on, the people we elected, the people we look up to fight a drug problem, if we are eyeing them and we are suspicious of them, how are we going to win this war on drugs? The ghettos are just increasing by the day. You remember once upon a time the ghettos were only in Montreal? Now every single community in Montserrat get ghetto. And it doesn't stop there. Go Buchanan. Buchanan get ghettos. Go Maryland get ghettos. Grand Juda get ghettos. Nima West. Lofa get ghettos. Bon County get ghettos. There is not a single county that has been spared with this drug problem. Not a single county. All of them are facing this drug problem. And so we keep asking ourselves, We keep asking ourselves, how are we going to do this? My people, what I usually say, if we elect you and you're able to do the job, please step aside. Let other people do the job. If you're able, please step aside, let other people do the job. What we cannot do, what we cannot allow ourselves to do, what we cannot allow ourselves to do is to sit down and not do anything. Okay? Because it will not go away. It will not go away. It will continue. That's how the drug thing is. Until we do something about it, it will not go away. Just imagine, in our rural areas, ghettos are there, drugs are on the rise. Our children are being targeted. That is a son that you're suffering behind. That is a son where you wake up every day, you put your market on your head, you go sell. So that tomorrow he can be somebody. The drug looking for him. We have to do something. We have to do something, my people. But Mr. Cummings did not only hold a press conference, he also spoke with disadvantaged youth in West Point. You know, the main target for drugs is struggling neighborhoods. That's the main target. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, you who? Where your knee? Who's standing behind you? Those people, when they catch them with drug, they can naked them, put it in the back of the car. When they catch the people there, then they start talking about jeopardizing the case. So let's listen to Mr. Alexander Cummings as he spoke with disadvantaged youth in West Point. Okay, let's hear what he had to say to our future.
As uncle, as a cousin, this thing is a big problem. And the government, although all of us have to help, but the government has to take the lead. Because to stop the drugs from coming to Nigeria, it's only the government that can do it. They have to go after the big fish. The big men that are bringing the drugs in the country, right? Yes. So thank you. And only the government can go after the big fish. Put them in jail, seize their property, so they can stop poisoning us. They can stop poisoning you. But then on the other side, this is where everybody can help. But the government has to also take the lead, but we all can help. This is about making sure we're providing the means to help you stop the drugs. It's about trying to find jobs for you. It's about giving you skills. Right? So you can feed yourself, you can feed your family, and you can get out of this drug business. That's what we all have to do as a country.
All right, okay. So we are good. So that was Mr. Alexander Cummings talking to youth from West Point, and now we'll listen to him as he gave
It
his
has
press
been over
conference
a
today.
month since the interception of 198 compressed plates of high-grade cocaine was seized at the Roberts International Airport. The Unity Party-led government promised the Liberian people a swift, transparent, uncompromising, and independent investigation. Yet, what we have seen is quite the opposite. The investigation has been secretive, slow, and seemingly compromised. As with many past promises, such as the mysterious approval and the funding of the Foya construction project, the alleged illegal mining at the Liberian-Guinea border, which has brought the two countries into conflict, and other grave matters of corruption and misrule, this government's word have proven heavy on public relations and propaganda and very light on substance. Like many of you, we are deeply troubled and frustrated by the slow, sloppy, and suspicious manner in which this investigation is being handled. And that is why we have consistently called for an independent investigation. Instead of clarity, the government has offered confusion. To date, the government has not told the public how such a massive quantity of cocaine entered our country, who brought it here, or where it originated. Are we to believe it was manufactured here in Liberia? The Unity Party-led government promised to investigate and charge all of those involved, including the big hands in government. Yet, even the slow-paced charges have only focused on the low-level handlers. But how does such a huge volume of cocaine enter any country and transit through without the knowledge and the part of people who have significant power? That is the million-dollar question the public and all of us are asking. Even more alarming is the revelation before the Liberian Senate as U.S. Marshal. A central figure drug trafficking, a non-bailable offense, has mysteriously sent out of prison and vanished without trace. The government claims 5 suspects have been charged. It admits it does not know the whereabouts of nearly all of them. The only suspect presented to court weeks after it was clear the drugs were at his home and his workplace is the one who voluntarily surrendered. This raises disturbing questions about collusion between state security personnel and the big hands within or close to the corridors of power. This, my people, is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Fellow Liberians, let us remind this government that drug trafficking is not just a crime. It is a direct threat to our national security, the integrity of our institutions, and the future of our children. It is a threat to our safety, our ability to travel, send food and goods in and out of our country. It is damaging to so many of our youths, and it hurts families and our nation. Around the world, drug cartels have destabilized nations, corrupted officials, fueled violence and crippled economies. We must never allow our country to walk that dangerous path. Already, drug abuse is destroying our youth and communities. The Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, LIB, has confirmed that ghettos exist in nearly every neighborhood in and around Monrovia. Over 166 people serving as hubs for chronic drug use and crime. Our children are sleeping in cemeteries. Families across Liberia are suffering. The epidemic has spread to rural areas as well, leaving no community untouched and no family without pain. The pain is real. The matter is no joke, and we are not going to allow a small group of people to play with us here. We're not going to allow that. On January 29, 2024, in his annual message, President Boyka assured us that the fight against drugs was a national emergency. Yet, after nearly 2 years, the drug problem is increasing. We must therefore hold this rescue government accountable. If we fail to act decisively, in addition to destroying our young people, we risk eroding investor confidence and damaging Liberia's reputation among allies at a time when we desperately need their trust, their investment, and cooperation to grow our economy and create job opportunities for our people. This is why we need an independent investigation. The LDA parades and photographs small offenders, even publicly forcing females naked from their homes, while they slowly and secretly proceed in this large cocaine bust. This selective justice must end. I will be leading the charge to encourage my friends in the international community to investigate, preserve, and audit the process surrounding the June 8, 2026, $19.2 million United States dollars drug bust. Therefore, we call for international assistance to investigate and audit the process surrounding this bust. I am leading this charge because it is not now clear that our government lacks the political will, institutional capacity, and technical competence to conduct a truly independent, professional investigation and to uncompromisingly enforce the rule of law. This government has acted in more ways without the impartiality that they have inspired confidence that they can give the Liberian people justice in this matter. In short, the public has lost confidence in the UP-led government's ability to give the Liberian people justice and to stop cartels from trafficking drugs in and through our country. We urge the Mana River Union and ECOWAS to invoke early warning mechanisms to ensure that all culprits are apprehended and brought to justice without compromise. The scale of this trafficking operation points to sophisticated transnational networks capable of laundering proceeds through regional trade, real estate, construction, and other shadow schemes. We thank all patriotic Liberians, civil society organizations, media professionals, and the Liberian Senate for their uncompromising demand for an independent and credible investigation, free of political manipulation and cover-ups. The strength of our democracy is measured by our courage to confront wrongdoing, protect the public's interests, and uphold the rule of law, even when it is politically inconvenient. We must therefore mobilize ourselves, lawfully and within the confines of our Constitution, to demand that our government do the right thing by ensuring that a truly transparent investigation, backed by international technical support, is conducted. All of those connected or named in relation to this drug trafficking must be thoroughly investigated, regardless of their perceived status in society. My fellow Liberians, if our government places the interest of a small number of greedy and heartless individuals above those of struggling mothers and fathers whose children are being destroyed by drugs, then it will have failed one of its most sacred responsibilities. Government exists to protect its people. Government exists to uphold the rule of law. Government exists to safeguard the future of the next generation. This is why we must confront this challenge with honesty, courage, and determination. Together, we can build a Liberia where the government does not serve the all and benefit the few, where we can significantly strengthen and build our institutions to protect and benefit all Liberians, and where we can eliminate sustained poverty and inequality. Together, we can. Together, we must fix Liberia. Liberia deserves better. May God bless us all, and may God save our state. I thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for taking my time to come and conduct this all-powerful press conference. And that was the voice of
So there you have it, people. There you have it. That was the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Alexander Cummings, speaking today on the present drug problems in the country. It was important that you guys hear that, so that you will see that there are people in the country who are serious about this. There are people in the country who really want this to stop. And we have to ask ourselves the question, are those people going to remain on the sidelines? Or are we going to take the necessary steps to make sure that we put those people in the position that they need to be in to effect the change that they want to bring? There's some pointers or some quotes, okay? One of the one that really stuck out to me was when he said, I will be leading the charge to encourage my friends in the international community to investigate, preserve, and audit the process surrounding the June 8, 2026, 19.2 million drug bust. Yes, that is what he said. So as we go to the lines, I want you guys to call in. I want to hear from you. One, I want to hear from you. How has the drug affected you? That's the first thing. Whether you, family member, friends, neighborhood, ghetto, wherever it is, how has the drug affected you? Two is, what do you think about the effort of the government so far? Are you satisfied that all of the people, almost everybody that they have so-called charged, have not been arrested, and they don't even know where to find it from? And three, do you think the effort by Mr. Alexander Cummings today to reach out to the international community to ask for their assistance, their help, to make sure we get to the bottom of this, do you believe in that? Do you think that would be helpful? We want to hear from you all. So, Susan, if we can please go to the lines, if you can announce the numbers, if we can go to the lines there and hear from our listeners.
Okay. Well, listeners, to be part of the platform tonight, the LIB Feature TV, number to call is 0777 959 959, 0777 959 959, or better still, 0881 871 670, 0777 959 959, 0881 871 670 are the numbers to call and then be part of the platform, the LIB Feature TV. 0777 959 959, 0777. We go to the first person, talk to the first person.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening and welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Daiva. I do join from the community. Thanks. If you walk on the street, you see Liberians, more especially young people that we knew way back, that were determined. You see them on the side, behaving the way we not expect them to behave, and having clothes on that we not expect them one day that they will wear shirts and go and be among their police. So now I start to tears now. But you know why? The more people buy, boy, people that boast that they have all of the knowledge, we fight in a particular situation. They are trying now to play politics out of it. My brother, who let the guy left prison? The guy that was sent to prison 2024. Who took him for him prison? The government can tell, and I'm saying with what the Senator of the ANC said today. I support him for every other aspect. Look, Lebanon, we need to be serious. No matter how we political party, from which civil society organization you part of, what I church or whatsoever, when your leader come out to speak, when you're in the direction of the people, you need to support it. And I'll support it, Mr. Arizona Kumi on this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, my brother, and thanks for the platform this tonight.
Okay.
I'm calling from Joe community, and my name is William Chaba.
Okay, William, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, you outlined 3 points, or one talking point, but you break it down into 3 questions.
Yeah.
My brother, everything that you just outlined for me, the unit is starting to fill in all. And for me, I don't think they want to achieve any. And this particular drugs expose the UP big time, because I don't want to tell people, and I will continue to stand by my point. The other party for the 12-year on Waka and Ellie, that was the time drugs become the order of the day. The reason we saw drugs and honor the CDC was because United Nations have left, and the security now were in the hands of the people. So many of the drug action could be exposed. And UP today came back. They continue to steal those very people, those very cartel that they established on the area in the Baka time. So everything you see going on is that strange. And another error from the government was, or from the Liberian people, was to allow Biako from Dima County for the recommendation of the vice president to be DA boss. These things are all trouble for Liberia. the local men will always support it as a collateral damage, and the bigger men will continue to enjoy it. And I think we can see it now. So, my brother, God, their own lives are cut there. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you very much. We switch to the next person. Good evening.
How you doing?
We are good. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the platform. Your name?
Okay, thank you very much. I come from Morovia.
Okay, your name?
I'm Peter Goa.
Okay.
And I come from Morovia.
Okay, Peter, go ahead.
Let me say a big thank you to Rukumi.
Okay.
Rukumi that said it all. Look, my brother, you will not bring rocket scientists to tell Liberian people that just coming in the country, in the party, you know about it. You know the party, the bank is just business for any administration. And mind you, we have received some news this morning attached to the president. So this is why they're dodging the whole drug business. The children involved in the drug business. That would be fair to the people of this country. And Mr. President, his children are being involved in the drug business. His son involved in the drug business, my brother. You go all you can't down. You go to go say you value Liberia and tell Liberian people that the president, the particular president, you know about the drug business. So the Liberian people must stand up. There is not Baka state. We make there's not Baka country. And you get rid of the party. I mean, some are getting fresh with it. From Nima County, I will go to my country and tell my people that the government will not mean well for this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we'll talk to the next person. Okay, sleep off. Number to call 0777 959 959. 0777 959 959, or better still 0881 871 670 are the numbers to call and then be part of the platform, the LIB Future TV tonight. 0777 959 959, 0777 959 959, or better still 0881 871 670. We go to line 1 and talk to this person. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Moses. I'm calling from Virginia.
Okay, Moses, go ahead. Be audible a little bit.
I want to say thank you for the topic on discussion.
Okay.
Well, you see, the problem with the whole government, they knew very well that these directors are not opening church, but they were lying on the man. He said, "All the men opening church here." Oh, this is not the people don't need. Let me tell you, the last time when he came, even if they just didn't get in, I want to understand it. As far as the woman is saying, the Bible was still not discussing the joy issue. But I live for, I didn't buy the kind of food there that didn't want to sell joy. The amount of joy that was the air for the woman is seeing. But he said, "You need to be see all the joy in it."
Okay, thank you. All right, number to call 0777 959 959, 0777 959 959, or better still 0881 871 670 are the numbers to call tonight and be part of the platform, the LIB Future TV. 0777 959 959, or better still 0881 871 670.
Okay, so
all right, let's talk to this person. Good evening. Good evening, your name, welcome.
Yeah, I'm Marvin too. We call him EW Johnson.
Okay, Marvin.
Yeah, man. Actually, I think about this topic on discussion, but I would just be to be real to the party. The only thing I would be able to tell you that the Liberian actually after we get to the past government, but the people coming out saying the people that were bringing job in, mommy, it was very union party government for every time. They put bringing job long time. Long time they put bringing job. Everybody that's studying, they know about this studying the job in it. So for them lie on the people, they have to go part of the past government, who the job we have for them to tell you story, but what it did,
Yeah, I put give me job, put normal job.
Oh.
Yeah, they put normal job, but they put them fully off. Put them fully on, they put no how they pay green a job. And they make you go in your career development. They talk a lot of things, how they make free job, they make do it there, they make a Jamaican resource, they make like this, they make like that. It's so fake story there. They put their CMB. Everyone CMB, they have total job catcher on them. Even the police, all of them have so job deal on them.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, we lost Mohamed Donzo. Mohamed Donzo, hope you call. You call back 0777 959 959 07. Okay. Let's welcome Mohamed Donzo.
How you doing?
We are good. Thanks for asking.
And how did your panel is going up there? Well, I really enjoy your panel this evening by exposing the government and the CMC political leader, the ANC and the ANC political leader Alexander Kumi.
Yeah.
But at pinpoint certain thing the political leader said, how can a corporate of just case that go and present itself in that type of way, and the police didn't take any action? It feel it's so it feel like it's so features within that discussion. But the people of this country, they don't want to tell the unified government want to tell people that on my early days up to now, that it's time to start bringing jobs in our country. But of course, said that the same people, the reason why the job has escalated because of the UN and the UN keeping force out in the world. I agree with him because since the UN left, the jobs cartel just are exposing preservation, and they start blaming preservation, and that means heaven sent for this country, and they feel and they use that propaganda to take away with power, and now yes, they have catch up with them. So the Labrador will judge 2029.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Donzo. Okay. You can go ahead.
Okay, so there you have it. Thank you, callers, all those who called in. The lines are still open. If you want to call in and contribute, the lines are still open. But we will be moving on. Look, when I listened to Mr. Cummings today, one of the things he stressed about was when President Joseph Yima Boyka had his first address to the nation. I believe it was the State of the Nation address in January of 2024. And one of the things he impressed upon us that drugs was a national emergency and that all of the resources of the country was going to be put against drugs. He didn't stop there. The Papa woke up one morning on his way to work. He went and took drug tests. And he encouraged all of his ministers and officers in government to do the same. It put everybody under the impression that, finally, we have somebody who is going to fight drugs.
I think we got a caller here.
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, you doing, brother?
Yeah.
This is Peter Gua. One more. I just want to mention something.
Okay.
Well,
30 seconds.
The laboratory, this is the time. That's 17. We can prove it to the wall that this government, the laboratory, need this government. The opposition party, this is the time. We the laboratory, we ready. We ready that the opposition party should make sure we'll put together to make sure that we work out.
Okay.
We'll keep it out. We're ready. Now we're ready.
All right.
We don't want to waste time. We'll call on the opposition party, let it come together. Let everybody sit down. And the laboratory, we are ready to make sure that the government go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we welcome Massisi. Massisi, good evening and welcome.
I do my song. Long time ago.
Yeah,
I did get around there.
everybody good.
Okay. Thank you for the show, my son. I've been following since today.
Okay.
And he say thanks to Mr. Kumi, my son in the diaspora, who pushes the general of Kumi.
Oh,
So I want to say thanks to Kumi. Also, and the Liberian people are pushing the drug issue. We will not lead the drug issue until we know who will be the drug. Whether they insult us or Marcos or Parcos, we not care for that one. But brother who told justice in this country as a president was saying yesterday in the club, they will tell all who bring the drugs. They think I will talk here, Matter to Boga. Boga said you were fighting drugs. People that were fighting the drugs, what told us in this country, my son, you were here as a journalist. And they mentioned it to that day. But today they deny his job and say you have to go because you want to expose the government. The mercenaries just are coming enough at 24 brigade, enough by play brigade. That the government, then they lead their job business from the head to the top. I always saying it. And I always say on every platform. When the mercenaries see the government said it, you know what the man was see? That was true. And what after the man said, oh, see, when you expose the government, you have to go. And they brought their own man into what happened to them for their jobs. What's going on? What they keep on treating, what always asking everybody people when it's okay, they want to insult you, you don't have time for them. What they keep on treating, everything we are doing, that you are talking about, and then you are 40 because you are struggling. So if you get a job, it will not easy for you. When you are there 12 years, what you are doing when you keep up, and this and that, that's a day to day. What you are talking about today, everything in the country, it accounts to 100 million times. Now what are you doing now? They want moving weird. What else are moving weird? You say we are watching football game today, you are watching football game today, you go eat crop. The trust now you are breaking cartel in this country. We talk about methods today, they say a free for Morovia. They not go here. If you come and tell this in the country, what will the people not know about? Now you bring drugs cartel. You go to America, tell you the poor America down, when we go, we'll arrest you, we'll do this. The woman will all full that way. Now the poor go to America, they'll tell the woman that we'll send a document, we'll send a deal with you. Don't go what we will pretend we're arresting you. So they let me pass it around. You're not in jail, they will not pull up. Tell them, tell who will bought this job, they know about it. Don't tell you, they let them off. This job is our children, so export just in another country is bad. It's getting our country bad in this now. So I thank you on the show, all the people on the show are falling. I will say thanks to all of them. Let's put the drug issue until to the end. Try to be the protest. Don't come out. Let's tell them wicked person that he's not enough. He get leave our country, let him leave. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Massisi.
say hi to the general in the diaspora, my son.
Okay. All right. Admo, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Massisi. Thank you so much. We appreciate your passion. We appreciate your effort. We appreciate your contribution to the show. And yes, so please stay safe out there. Continue to speak your mind on what is happening to our children. You are a mother, and we understand the heartbreak you are going through when you see young Liberian children out there, okay, suffering from drugs. It leaves you in such a helpless state. You know, when I'm in Liberia and I come across Suko, it's you feel so helpless.
Sure.
You feel so helpless because you don't even know where to start. You know, you don't even know where to start. You know, if you get a man money, he went buy drugs. So you can't get in that one. If you get in property, you buy a pair of shoes, you will sell it to buy drugs. Yeah. You do not have the professional expertise or resources to hold on to him, to house him, to console him, to medicate him through the process. You do not have those things. So therefore, you feel so helpless. But this is why we voted in a government. This is why we voted in a government. So that the government could take the lead. They could garner the necessary resources. They could bring in the professionals, the medication, the housing. Why isn't there a rehab facility in every single county today? I don't know. There are drugs in every single county. Every single county, there are drugs. But there are no rehab facilities in every single county. How do we do this? Go today. Go to Tina Amy, go to Stella Maris, go to Mother Patton, go to Smart University. You name all of the universities that provide some sort of health teaching. See how many people are there right now learning how to be rehab therapists. I don't believe the program even exists in Liberia. Somebody can call and dispute it. I want to hear it. Is there any school in Liberia right now, any university, any college, any secondary, tertiary school that right now is teaching people how to become drug rehabilitation therapists? We have a drug problem. The government is not even pushing that. The government, through the Ministry of Education, should summon schools, administrators, sit down with them, put together a curriculum, put together a plan, and then tell them, say, look, for students who go into the particular program, we, the government, will provide government scholarship for them. You want to encourage people to become drug rehabilitation therapists so that they can work in the rehabilitation centers to help save some of these people. But you have no plan. No plan. You're not building rehab centers. You're not equipping rehab centers. You're not encouraging drug rehab therapists. You're not encouraging psychologists. You're not doing none of those things. But somehow you feel that the solution will just fall down from in the sky. I don't understand. You are not equipping the DEA. You cannot arrest every single drug user. You cannot. You don't have the capability to do it. You even get play the point. Your best way out of this, arrest the drug dealers and then treat the drug users. That's the only way you will get through this thing. Go after the drug dealers, not the drug users. Any drug user that is arrested today should be immediately processed and sent to rehab. That's where he should be. He should not be in jail. He should not be in South Beach. He should be in rehab. It is the drug dealers that should be in South Beach. But we are doing it the other way around. We are sending the drug users to South Beach, and then the drug dealer will letting them go free. Like Michael Brown. That's what we are. How are we going to defeat this drug problem in the country? There is no plan. Ask the government today, what's your plan? Our President King, here you go. The man can't get out all. Now nobody get it all free. Yeah, we really love for A. We really love for A. That papa was sitting there in rehab, living on loans. We said, no, that one not enough for you. Can't you? We'll put you in executive mansion. We'll give you all of the resources. We'll put you in $1 million car. We'll put you in Ferragamo shoes. We'll put you in a special suit. Now, today, you can be giving a tour. Give me a tour. You're supposed to come and talk to the people. Give us a plan. Say, this is the plan, my people. This is how we are going to fight drugs. When it comes to the Drug Enforcement Agency, we are going to increase the budget from this amount to this amount. 1 year that it triples. Triple the budget. We are going to bring in experts to conduct training. We're not sending them out of the country. We're not doing that. That's too much. We will bring the trainers into the country here, and the trainer will train them. There's something called train the trainer. I don't know if you heard about it before. It's called train the trainer. That means we will bring international people into the country to train people. And those people that they will train, those people will become the trainers. So we'll take them maybe about 200 people and we'll train them intensely. on how to fight drugs. And then when the international people go, those people now will start to train all the other LDEA and joint security forces. How to spot the drugs, how to react to it, how to, when arrested, how to confiscate it, how to take down statements, how to collect evidence, all those things. How the people operate, what some of the moves, the roles they use, how to catch them, how to interpret body or body language, all those things. Teach them intensely. Equip them. Look, let me tell you something. Morale is a very strong thing. In Liberia, 1991, 92, when Emma Sawyer brought his interim government, and they brought these guys called the Black Beret. These guys came smartly dressed in a camouflage with the black berets on their head. Brand new uniform, brand new boots, everything on them was brand new. They had equipment, they had brand new weapons, everything. Look, these guys were so smartly dressed. The morale that they had was so strong. They were very effective. Let me give you another example. ECOMOG. Why ECOMOG stay in the country? The Senegalese. The Senegalese entered the country. You know, before the Senegalese came, we used to think that the Nigerians and the Ghanaians had all of the morale. But when the Senegalese came to the country, the Ghanaians came in the American country. They had just come from Desert Storm, because they participated in Desert Storm in the war in Iraq, the first war in Iraq. So they had come from Desert Storm. They came with the American camouflage. I mean, Little Garden Wall, top to bottom. All the other come up there. Look, there's something with morale. When you build up morale amongst the men, they are more effective. Build that within the LDA. Make them feel proud that they are fighting a real cause. Those guys, they will be so excited. They will refuse to take bribe. And if anybody among them try it, they will be the first person to take care of that person. But when the men are hungry, they barely get equipment, they barely get uniform. Can you imagine? The men supposed to work 5-6 days a week. You get two share, 3 trousers. By the time 1 month pass, the trousers fade. The share barely hanging on. Because you know the share, you wash it. You wash it. What kind of morale that man get? Then end of the month, you get a man 175, 150. Tell me now. You want for us to do the math? When you divide 150 times 30 days, you know how much you get? $5. Can you imagine? $5. That a man that when you see drug passing, and somebody offering him money, he's supposed to accept. The man is already destitute. The man's morale is broken. He's just trying to feed a family at this point. He's just trying to, and that is what is motivating the drug issue. How many women have been arrested? You think that women, they prefer to keep their dignity? You think if they had the opportunity to open a little shop or open a little store and sell in a store, you think they would do that? They would do it. But look around. Hand to mouth. Then somebody can offer you drug money. That's what's happening to our people. And the president and his cabinet and his government have no answers. They have no plan. Tell us, what is the 2-year plan? What's going to happen between now and December? Give us something. Are you going to increase the pay of LDA? Are you going to increase the manpower? are you going to increase the logistics? I heard they bought 15 pickup. So that one pickup per county. No, you stop. Those 15 pickup, look, each district should have at least 3 vehicles. I didn't say each county. Each district, each political district should have at least 3 vehicles. Okay? In each district should have a zone office. Intense from district, for example, let's take for example Monserrato, from district 1 all the way to district 17. Each one of them, each district you go in should have a zonal office. And in that zonal office should have 3 vehicles. I ain't even talking about the manpower. Yeah, let's say for example, if that district 1 way up there in Carrisburg area there, yeah, maybe you can assign like 15 men there. But places like district 17, district 16, district 15, my own area there, Logan West Point, Nukutan, 15 men go pour there. I beg you, by the time you pop between 2 horses, 1-1, you lost. You don't need that one. You need intense. You need like 30 to 40 men. You want presence on the ground. Every corner, you want to see people there walking around, observing, interacting with the community. So tomorrow, if I live in that community, I see drug, I will feel confident I can point it out. But today, I live in looking at it, when my neighbor selling drug, you think I'm brave to go point that man out? So when you lead on, then now who you leave me with the go there? I beg you, we're not doing that thing there. But look, the country has high unemployment. Instead of looking for all kind of funny job to expand the government, put it in there. Security, DEA. Okay, DEA should not have less than 5,000 strong manpower. 5,000 strong. 5,000. That's how many should be there. We got 73 districts. 73 districts. 5,000 strong. That's how strong DEA should be. Highly equipped, highly trained, smartly dressed. Okay? And see if they will not be effective. See if we will not shut down the cartel. There will be nowhere for them to hide, nowhere for them to run, nowhere for them to operate. That is a plan. And then you sit down with the Minister of Education and say, look, I want a curriculum, I want a plan, I want for you to work with the tertiary, the colleges, the vocational schools, and the universities. We need to put a program together to bring in drug rehab therapists, to bring in psychologists, psychiatrists. We need to bring those people in because our young people have been exposed to drugs and they need to be treated. Let the word go out that those things are being offered and they are free. Scholarship, 100% paid for by government. See whether the man who they're taking a political science, whether he will not switch and become a drug therapist. See whether the men are over there taking economics or accounting, knowing very well when he graduate, no job. See whether he will not switch and do drug therapist. He will switch and he will do drug therapy. And he will graduate certificated as a drug therapist and go and work in one of the many rehab centers that would have been built by the government. This is how you fight drugs. No amount of talking plenty, no amount of hiding things, no amount of protest. It takes action. And that's what Mr. Cummings was talking about today. I'm here from the other people. I still waiting. I'm here. This man is continuing to prove to us over and over that we deserve his trust. We deserve his leadership. And the only question is, are we going to step up to the plate and put him forward so that we can change the country? Like how one of the callers says. So this man has a plan. This man has a plan. And he keeps talking about it. He keeps talking about it. The other point, you're not playing. I just jolly. Just jolly. The country is under siege, drug siege. You there talking about your son won't be musician? What kind of trouble we find ourselves in, my people? What kind of trouble we find ourselves in? Really? Really? Your son won't be wedding? Yeah, the song said, man, no, you stop that. You stop playing with our lives. Just stop playing with our lives. Joseph Boyka and the Boyka administration, in the party administration, stop playing with our lives. Okay, our children, the children of Liberia are falling prey to drugs. And we need you to wake up and do something. We need you to wake up and do something. There's little people. Leave them. That one will be on. So there we have it, people. Okay, look. We listen to Mr. Cummings today. We listen to him be very clear. Okay. And like I stated before, I love the part where he said that he is going to reach out to his friends for help in the international community. You know, when we talk, people can say, oh, you can just talk. But let's be honest, my people. The paper, what we elected, the paper get no connection. None. Ali Jawia had a connection, then he went to the French president, you know, and stuff like that. They sent him something. He left from there. He went to the Arab Bay, how you call it, the hospital there in Popolu. You know, and a few other things. But there, our papa here, the papa don't know nobody. Oh. We are our own. We are our own, my people. God money all. God seriously money all. Nobody. So we hope for that Mr. Cummings will reach out to his friends in the international community and they will be able to help this process. Want to hold this government feet to the fire, you know, to insist that they do things and do it the right way, and that whatever they are doing, that those evidences and actions are preserved because they will be audited. And we'll find out who did what, who hid evidence, who hid information, and who put the Liberian people and the lives of their children in jeopardy. It will not go unchecked. We have to do it for our children, for those who are falling prey to drugs, for those who are fighting to get out of it. You know, I was very encouraged. I was very encouraged when Senator Darius Dillon opened that rehab. As close as he is to Omen Boyka, I was very encouraged. I was like, okay, maybe this is the beginning. Maybe this is the first step. Because he has the ear of the president. That was Senator Dillon can always tell. He said the reason why he can't come and talk right now is because when he used to talk, he don't have access to Jawia. So he used to come outside and talk it. Today, the reason why he can't come outside and talk it is because he has access to Omen Boyka. So when somebody give you key, you can't stand to the door, you be knocking. Right? You use the key, you open the door, the thing won't talk, you talk it. But yeah, today, since 2023, they don't open that rehab center. Government not open anyone behind it. Government not even support that effort. But to build $10 million mansion in Foya, that one, you know how to do it. Like, where are we going? So I'm hearing that a protest is being organized, what I would like to do is to call on Liberians not to politicize this protest. Okay? But let's go out in genuine honesty, call on our president, this government, this legislature to do something. You remember the budget went from 800 million to 1.2? How much of that money went to rehab? How much of that money went to LDEA? You see what I'm talking about? When I see the people not serious to fight the drugs, when you take all that money you spend it on travel, you can eat the paper beyond. If you're in Turkey, why you go to Turkey? You come and you can't tell anything good, no good news. Oh, I went to the people of Turkey. I spoke with the president, what's his name? Amadiran, and you know the Turkish government has promised they will come, they will do A, B, C, and D. They will do some feasibility study. Nothing. President go come out. When I ain't getting chicken. Is this why we letter you? So people will continue to talk about the drug issue. We'll continue to insist that this government take it seriously. We'll continue to demand that people are held accountable. Stop showing us the drawer. We don't want to know about the drawer. That drawer, was just doing that because you were hustling. We want to see the Michael Browns. We want to see the U.S. Marshals. Those are the people that we need arrested. We want to see who sent the drugs to Liberia in the first place from South America. We want to know where the drugs were going and who was going to receive it in Europe. Those are the things we want to know. For all my people here, we have to be very careful. Our next door neighbor, the Republic of Sierra Leone, is having its own drug crisis. The son-in-law of the president, Maribio, I believe her name is Agnes. She's married to a Dutch guy, a Dutch drug kingpin, who is wanted by Interpol in several countries in Europe. He lives in Freetown. Free. Under official presidential guard. Nobody can touch him. Some people might ask, wow, how does that happen? Because when he first came, when the drugs first came, Sierra Leone didn't do what was necessary to put an end to that. So now it has reached the point now where the drug people now are calling the shots. Let us not allow Liberia to get to that point. Let us be proactive. Let us invest in our future. Let us fight against this drug. Mr. President, you have to equip the LDEA. Allow them to recruit. I think the AFL, I think they are like 3,000 strong. The LDA need to be bigger than the AFL. They need to be at least 5,000 strong. At least 5,000 strong. You know, and some people might look at it and be like, what? 5,000? My brother, drug is in every part of the country. You worry about 5,000 strong? part of the country, there's drugs. If we really want to defeat drugs, that's the only way we can do it. We have to invest, overwhelm the system. Everywhere they turn, let them see LDA. You wake up in the morning, LDA. You sleeping, LDA. They just all around, every corner, every community road, every community, every ghetto. They're there. You see them, they're visible. They're walking around, well equipped, well armed. They get vehicles. Then people will start to believe and say, yeah, these guys are prepared now to fight. And you know, one thing about the drug people, they don't have a hard time. So once you bring that kind of force, they'll tell you, say, I'm begging you, will go Sereno. They will go Guinea. They will go Sereno. They will leave Liberia alone. They will leave Liberia alone. Trust me. But in order for us to do that, it's going to take sacrifice and determination. That's what it's going to take for us to get to that point. Sacrifice and determination. And we can do it, my people. We have fought many things in our lives. We fought Ebola. We couldn't even see Ebola. And we fought it. Just imagine the one that we can see. We can fight it and we can win. We can win. We just need the right leadership. We just need the right leader. Somebody with a plan. Somebody with the energy. Somebody with a determination to take this drug thing head on and defeat it in our midst. And we all know who that man is. Let's stop beating around the bush. Alexander Cummings has proven over and over he's up to the challenge. The question is, are we up to the task for the first time in our life to elect the leader that we deserve? It's been really good being able to stay with you guys. I look forward to this all the time. I value your input, your contributions. The time you spend with us, these 2 hours, they are magical. I want to encourage you. We'll be here again next week, Monday. We are the flag show that kicks off the week, the LIB Future TV Monday edition. We'll have with you, we've gone 2 weeks without a guest. Next, we are going to have a guest in studio. And I won't tell you who it is right now, but trust me, do not miss that show. Do not, because it will be exciting. Susan, thank you for producing. We appreciate it, man. Stay safe out there. And I will see you again next week, Monday, y'all.
All right.
LIB, stand up. Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.